What would you do if your own father dragged you back to court, again? And this time, the judge doesn't just listen, he starts shaking his head. Because one simple question is about to destroy the entire case. This is a courtroom story that feels less like a lawsuit, and more like a family falling apart in real time. A father claims his son owes him money. Promises were made. Property was involved. Years of tension built up. And now, they're standing across from each other in court. But here's where it gets uncomfortable. This isn't their first time here. Not even their second. The son says it's harassment. The father says he's been wronged. And the judge? He's trying to make sense of a case built on words, not proof. You can feel the frustration. You can see the history between them. And as the story unfolds, one missing piece changes everything. Because in this courtroom, it's not about who feels right. It's about who can prove it. And what happens next, no one in that room was ready for.
I said, I go to
What in the world?
350.
Hang on, hang on.
You.
Time out.
And then.
Time out. Time out. Time out. Lukacs.
I thank you, Your Honor.
Laszlo A. Lukacs versus Laszlo Lukacs and Linda Lukacs, 260-0415. I also have a balance to pay. Who's Laszlo R? Where's Laszlo R? Your name?
Laszlo R. Lucas.
You owe the court $248.
I do.
Yeah. In 2024, you don't pay your court costs?
I paid today. I wasn't aware I ordered it.
That's 24F243102. You're to pay that when you leave. Your name.
Linda Lucas.
And your name.
Laszlo A.
You guys are father and son and you're suing one another, my lord.
Unfortunately.
What is happening in this world? See, the property transfer, you say the property transfer financial payments not made. I don't know what you mean by that.
What it is, Your Honor.
Just tell me real quick, because I got to swear you in and explain your rights.
Well, we bought a property jointly in Hungary back in 2009. I maintained it, I paid for it, and then finally, our 50%, since we are older, we tried to transfer it to him. My wife has left over 25%, I had 25%, but I made a condition that he pays me $450 a month fee. And then he didn't do that, and then I went to his house. I said, I go to
What in the world?
350.
Hang on, hang on.
You.
Time out.
And then.
Time out. Time out. Time out. I'm not even sure you're in the right court. If this is over property in Hungary.
Yes,
Jesus. Okay, let's just slow down.
slow down, okay,
If you're going to proceed in the small claims division, you're giving up rights. You're giving up the right to hire a lawyer, demand a trial by jury, appeal my decision.
I do,
You give up those rights?
I do,
You give up the right to seek in excess of 7,000?
I do.
Mr. Lukacs, you understand those rights?
I do.
If you want to preserve those rights, just tell me, I'll remove the case and you can go to I'll still preside, but it'll be in the general civil division. You can appeal, you can hire a lawyer, demand a jury trial. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
You wish to give up those rights?
Yes, sir.
Ma'am, do you wish to give up those rights?
Yes, sir.
Anybody force you to do that?
No.
Anybody force you to do that?
No, sir.
Anybody force you to do that?
No,
Raise your right hands. You solemnly swear affirm under penalties of perjury, the testimony you'll give in these proceedings will be the whole truth, so help you God. Mr. Lukacs? Mr. Lukacs? Ms. Lukacs? All right, let's start over.
Okay.
So you guys, you own some property in Hungary, right, Mr. Lukacs?
may I read it to you? Or I'll give it to you so you can read it quickly. I summarized everything here,
Whatever you want
to
to
make
do.
it simple for you.
Well, I know, but he needs to hear it. Have you given him a copy?
Right here is the copy.
Give me the original then. Let me take a look.
Take a look at it.
And Mr. Lukacs, you want me to read it to you, sir and ma'am? Or do you want to review it yourselves?
I can review it this way. He left a copy of this in my wife's windshield a couple days ago. There's nothing relevant in here. I looked it over.
That's not in your windshield. This is, I wrote this up as a summary.
No, sir.
Not the 350.
Any of this in writing?
Your Honor,
Is any of this in writing? Did you guys put any writing together?
No, sir.
What just happened here? This is where the case quietly collapses. The judge didn't raise his voice, didn't argue, didn't dramatize it, he just asked one simple question: is any of this in writing? And everything started to fall apart from there. Because in court, promises don't carry weight unless you can prove them. And right now, the father is leaning entirely on trust, on conversations, on what he says was agreed. But legally, that's like trying to build a house on air. And look at the dynamic in that room. The father is emotional, frustrated, almost desperate. The son? Calm, firm, even calling this harassment. That contrast matters. Judges don't just hear words, they read behavior. So now the real question is, can emotion overcome the lack of evidence? Or is this already decided? Because from the judge's tone, it sounds like he already knows where this is going.
Not the 350,
What's that?
not the $350.
Well, then how am I gonna give you that money?
Well, because on his word, Your Honor, he took over my company since 2013 for $360,000. He paid part of it until 2019. He still owes the $240,000 he never pays. On his word doesn't go nowhere. And I wouldn't be here asking for $350 today if he honors the thing. He took the money out of my own company, $500,000 receivable, $58,000 assets, and he's still using those today. And he left me dry. I only live on Social Security.
Yeah, and
That's why I have a problem with 350. I would need it otherwise.
you don't owe him the money?
No, sir. This is his third attempt of harassment on me. The first one was dismissed, last one was dismissed last year with prejudice. This is now the third time.
Was that in front of me?
Yes, sir.
Were they both in front of me?
No,
The second one was, I listed the case numbers on I filed a motion to dismiss. The second one, 185, 205,
Hang on.
the case number. This is just an ongoing harassment I'm getting.
Did I rule in his favor before on this, Mr. Lukacs?
no, I dropped, we had an issue with a joint car. And that's what I was here the last time, and I dismissed that case. That's it. I never been here before on any case with him.
I thought he looked familiar.
Yes, he tried to, this is the.
Jennifer, they have another case in front of me?
Judge, not that I'm aware of, is there, let me,
No, did they, like a year or two ago?
let me pull up.
It's listed in my motion, 2025-25-00344 SC. With another one in 2021,
What is that for?
that was also dismissed.
What is that for?
It's your case, I don't know.
Tell me.
I entered some dismissal with prejudice on 2025-25-00344-SC. I entered that on April the 8th of 25.
That's the
And I'm
only one
pulling
we
it
had.
up.
That's the only one I had.
This is so
And
sad.
that was over a
Holy-
Mercedes, Your Honor. That was not over property.
It was over a what?
It was, the complaint and indicates it was over a 2004 Mercedes.
That's the only one, yes.
Well, that's not the same as here, is
It's
it?
not the same case, but it's always something different. This is now another angle that he's trying to harass us with.
Yeah.
You don't have anything in
He's
writing.
been in court with the union, local aid union for $1 million judgment.
I don't care.
And then he tried to implicate me.
You don't have anything in writing here where I can grant this relief for you. How am I supposed to know this?
Well, because he promised it. That was my wife signed it in September. He made my wife sign it. I refused to sign it until October. And he had me over with the video conference. His wife was over there. I hand him a check, a copy of the check, where to deposit this money. wife went back about a couple of weeks later.
You guys, this is sad. This
And
is
he
sad.
told her he's gonna make up an agreement. That agreement never happened. Needs the money.
It's still, I don't care what you guys tell me, it's still sad. I don't think I can give you this relief. I don't know how I can. You got nothing in writing for me, sir.
Well, people make promises, right?
Well, I get it, but
I just heard you talking about all these cases. Everybody was talking on what I heard, what I said. The guy on the video said he believed what he was saying. I'm not here to lie. For us, it's a must money because our living expenses is beyond our income. He can return the property, Your Honor. Just give it back to me. Very simple.
I think this is so sad, you guys.
Not only that, he changed the keys on the house in showroom, so we can't even get into
Did
it.
you do that?
I'm sorry?
Did you change the keys? The house key?
We did because we had all the family members that were getting in there, so it's been changed, but my family there has keys. They maintain the property, he has use of the property if he needs to use it. It's
But
getting currently renovated right now.
Mr. Lukacs, I'm sorry. You don't have enough proof here. I'm gonna have to find for the defendant no cause of action.
And just like that, it's over. No dramatic speech. No long lecture. Just a quiet, firm decision, no cause of action. In simple terms, the judge is saying, I don't have enough proof to legally support your claim. And that's the heart of this entire case. It wasn't about whether the father felt wronged. It wasn't even about who might be telling the truth. It came down to something much simpler, and much harsher. Proof. In the real world, people make verbal agreements all the time. Families especially. Trust replaces paperwork. Handshakes replace contracts. But in a courtroom? None of that survives without evidence. The judge made it clear. No written agreement. No clear documentation. No way to verify the terms. And without that, the law has nothing solid to stand on. And maybe the most painful part of all this isn't the money. It's the relationship. You're watching a father and son sit across from each other, not as family, but as opponents. Accusations of broken promises on one side, claims of harassment on the other. Years of tension boiling down into a few minutes in front of a judge who can't fix what's broken between them. The court can resolve legal disputes, but it can't repair trust. And that's the real takeaway here. If there's one lesson in all of this, it's this: when money, property, or business is involved, even with family, clarity matters. Documentation matters. Because when things fall apart, memories and emotions won't protect you. Only proof will. So the judge did what the law requires. Not what feels right, not what feels fair emotionally, but what can actually be proven. And as the gavel metaphorically falls on this case, one thing lingers in the silence. Sometimes the hardest losses in court started long before anyone ever filed a claim.
I'm sorry. There's just not enough here. You can go down the hall and get a copy of this